A huge surprise to the Americans at the beginning of the Korean War. In front of you now on the takeoff roll, this is the MiG-15. We have a special needs. The swept wing and swept tail of the MiG-15 made it more maneuverable, and it was exceptionally powerful. With a 5,100 pound of thrust engine, it could reach speeds of over 675 miles an hour, and it had in the nose a 30-millimeter cannon. Millimeter cannon, or they could put a 12.7 millimeter 50 caliber gun in the front with 150 rounds, plus it could carry two 1,100 pound bombs under the wings. Let's watch now as the MiG approaches to do an aileron roll. Chris Fahey is at the controls of the MiG today. And barely a year after the MiG-15 began to see service, the Mikoyan Gurevich Design Bureau came up with the younger brother, a significant enough redesign that it became known as the MiG-17. Climbed away from us there. Is setting up for a maneuver that dates back to 1936. Let's watch. Imagine, if you will, smoke coming out the back. He's going to do 5/8 of a loop, roll upright, and do the same thing in mirror image. Back in 1936 at the Miami Air Races, a pilot by the name of Len Povey was doing a demonstration. And at one point he was too low at the top of a loop to successfully complete it. So he rolled out after 5/8 of a loop, rolled upright, and did the same thing in the opposite direction. Exactly what we're seeing Chris Fahey doing now in the MiG-15. Len Povey's Airshow smoke carved a figure 8 lying on its side in the sky. Nobody had ever seen the maneuver before. And when Len Povey landed, people asked him, what was the straight-wing fighters of the United States Air Force and Navy in the Korean conflict were outclassed by the maneuverability of the MiG-15. And it wasn't until North American Aviation, there's that name again, the same company that built the Mustangs we saw a couple of moments ago, stepped up with a swept-wing fighter called the F-86 Sabre jet. It was not scheduled to go into big, large-scale production for some time, but because of the distinct and emergent need for an adversary equal to the MiG-15, that the F-86 Sabre jet was rushed into service. A distinct advantage of the MiGs over the Allied aircraft in the Korean War, over what they call MiG Alley in the northwestern part of North Korea. With the F-86 Sabre jet and the pilots who flew them, they racked up an impressive 10, operated at the behest and under the orders of the communist government.